Hello, sisters. How are you? We are live. Happy Halloween. How are you? Oh my goodness. There we go. So, how's it going? It's kind of a little bit relaxed today. I just got done doing my schooling and here I am. So, got my little tiara on. But I have to chop up some peppers while we chit chat. But I thought ghosted was an appropriate term for today because a lot of narcissists love to ghost. How's the connection, sisters? Let me know. Is it a decent connection? Got my coffee. Got my, oh, I forgot the knife. Oops. But good to have you here. So this is what we're chopping up. I was going to do a cooking thing, but it's not loading. Load. So how's it going? Let me get the knife real quick and we'll get started with our little chit chat. See how you guys are doing. It's a beautiful day today. I didn't really get to enjoy it though. It is not loading. Why aren't you loading? Device. I don't know. They changed. I don't want to. How's it going? I'm still logging in. But yeah, ghosted. Let's talk about ghosted. That is one of the most painful, hurtful things that somebody can do. And narcissists love to do that. Live student, monitor live. What's going on? No, monitor. Monitor live. What does that mean? Dang it. All right, we're gonna try this again. But it's very windy here too. Hopefully that'll go through. So yeah, today we're not cooking. I'm not hungry. And I'm gonna chop these up so I can put them into the freezer and do something later. I don't want to waste them. And with all the cooking I've been doing, I can only eat so much. I gave away all those peanut butter cookies though. Those went really well. So did you guys dress up for Halloween? We had a lot of kids at school dressed up. And we have tomorrow, the kids have off, but we will have professional development tomorrow. So here we go. Sorry, it's a little hard to see. Tammy, good to have you here. What's new with you? Good to have you here. People used to think we were the same person. Did you know that? So it says, keep going. We're letting more people know. But yeah, it's really windy here too. But it's like perfect. I love the wind. So we're just chopping up some. These are actually pretty sweet. I made these before. And I'm going to be making some different recipes this weekend. But I told you guys about that big announcement that I had. I still want to know where you guys want to go. So if you guys want to travel, meet up, I have it all set. We just have to pick the location and the date. Hi, Elisa. And we're going to travel, do a little meet and greet. I promised you guys once I got to a certain amount of followers, I would do that. So one that's pretty cost effective is Greece. I don't know how you guys feel about traveling to Greece. If you want to meet up, I would be doing it this summer so you can kind of get on a payment plan. If you would like to do that, you are not obligated to, but I thought that would be awesome. They do have like a Hawaii trip, but that's kind of even more expensive than Greece. So I thought, why not? Tammy says, LOL, nope. Just got sugared kids to sleep. Aw, I bet they're. Did they dress up? Did they get to go trick or treating? Aw, yeah, I bet they're sugared up. I tried giving away some of those peanut butter cookies that we made together, guys. And one guy's like, nope, I'm taking my kids trick or treating. And he's like, that'll be the death of me. But Dave, how's it going? I got my little tiara on. So the topic I picked is ghosted. Does anybody have any scary ghosted stories? I had mine where it was like, of course I'll do right by you. Of course I'll do right by you. Why wouldn't I? And then all of a sudden, you don't hear from them again. And the interesting thing is the why wouldn't I? Looking back, that was a really odd thing to say. I'll do right by you. Why wouldn't I? And then, of course, he doesn't. So, Ron, good to have you here. And you're retracting your messages. Uh-oh. So today, actually, in English class, we were learning about the coronation of Prince Charles into King Charles. And we did that because I got people from all over the world in my classes. Thank you for liking the live, Kyle. I appreciate that. I know my ex wanted to name our daughter Kyle, but she turned out to be a boy. And Jamie, is it Jaime or Jamie? Jaime. I bet you it's Jaime. I learned that recently. It could be Jamie too, though. And thank you for liking the live. Oh my goodness, Gary, thank you so much for the gift. I think I'm going to cut green, or not used to. You're doing good. One black cat and one, is it Naruto character? I think I know what they look like. Is that Naruto? Is that how I pronounce it? Is that a Japanese anime type thing? I don't know. There was one girl, she, poor thing, she dressed, it was really cute what she dressed as. And she's like, what do you think I am? And it's probably like an anime or some cartoon thing. And I'm like, Justin Bieber? Because it was like a red baseball cap. And it was just kind of funny. Yep. All right. Yeah, I think I know who that is. That's cool. Oh my goodness. I miss those times. My sister shared, my father passed away about 2 years ago, something like that. And she found a Halloween picture of my daughter when she was just like 1.5 years. And my father was in the picture. I was in the picture. It was kind of neat seeing, I was like 24 years old then. Ron says, so you're going to fly me out. You're so kind. Heck yeah, we can go to Greece. We can go to Italy. Eventually, once we get bigger, I'd like to go to Australia. I told you guys my daughter is my trip to Australia. We were supposed to go and I got pregnant. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't go to Australia. But yeah, where do you guys want to go? Nobody's telling me. I've heard Prague, Iceland, but I don't know. Would you guys be interested in doing that? I do not have to set it up if nobody wants to go. But I thought it'd be a great chance for us to get to know each other. So if you guys are interested, I can set that up. I've been chit-chatting with a company, and you would love to go. Ooh, Ireland. All right, we can check out Ireland because I've been thinking about that too. All right, Ireland. I'll write that down. I would not mind going to Ireland. All right, Ireland. I agree. I kind of want to go there. Ireland is one of my choices too. Ireland. Any other destinations you guys would like? I love their accents. Marry me an Irishman. You and I. Maybe we can find some twins. You and I can marry twins. Yeah, she's a girl. She looks different than me, but people, you know how people are. They also thought I was the same as Cowboy, if you remember. Cowgirl. They thought I was her too. I don't know. Nobody knows who I am. But yeah, they do have some cool accents, and that'd be an experience. My daughter is part Irish, so I think that would be neat. So, Australia. Yeah, we're going to wait on Australia. That's going to be an expensive trip. I can set that up for maybe next summer to Australia. Those of you who are in different countries, we can set it up. The price that I will quote you guys once I get it will be from the US. So it doesn't matter where you are in the US. I believe it'll be the same. But if you're in, like, we have quite a few people from Africa and Europe, so there'll be different prices for you guys. So comment where you would like to go, or if you're even interested. I know it'll vary on cost, but I would love to do it. The one in Greece has a dinner cruise out. I think that'd be cool. But Ireland is one that is a possibility. And you said Sweden, Ireland. Your last name is Irish. You'll fit right in. There you go. Run is an Irish name. I'm just kidding. All right. So far, yeah, we talked about Iceland. And maybe I'll do a poll after we kind of get a couple suggestions. Where would you guys like to travel to? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We were just talking about a meetup. Last name. I'm just teasing. And look at all these seeds, though. I know we need seeds. Hey, Bill. Good to have you here. But ghosted. That is the topic of the day. And, you know, there's so much damage that gets done. That's why if you guys are ever even just you know, if you start dating someone, at least close it off. You know, if you give them an opportunity to go out with you once or twice, that they're investing in you. And you don't know how much they like you, but you know, somebody really cared about you. And even if it's not a match, just let them know. But the narcissist, they will even encourage you to continue on in this relationship that doesn't exist. And so you're putting in your time, you're confused. And Scotty, good to have you here. We're talking about ghosted stories. We could talk about the paranormal too. I got some of those stories. But it is Halloween, so if you want to talk about real ghosts or ghosted, I'm down. Run means run. Run from narcs. Is that how you got your name? And cult, run into the fishing hole, run toward good people. Exactly. We do not need any more narcissists. But I'm a little disheartened by some of the creators that I get it when we get hurt. You know, we're kind of bitter sometimes. But there's this one guy who, you know, people are like, I knew he was a narcissist, but, you know, as far as academically, we could all give good advice. We could all give good advice. We could tell you what a narcissist is, but be leery of the people who are telling you how to get revenge or how to manipulate people. And Sarah, I'm so excited that you're here. All right, so Sarah gave some really good places to go, and we just heard Ireland. So some people want to go to Ireland too. Would you be down for that? I know Ron had just said Iceland as well. Ron says, I don't think I will survive another narcissistic shapeshifter. Shapeshifter was one of our vocabulary words today. We learned about werewolves and shapeshifting. I also told you that one experience I had about the power of the mind. I was like, why is that so hot? That's my coffee. So this one guy who, he was, I don't know, Wiccan or whatever he was my friend's friend. And we had gone to this restaurant waiting for her to pick him up. Hey, how are you? TRG Fecta? Good to have you here. So we're waiting. He wasn't necessarily a friend of mine, but kind of. And he's like, okay, look into my eyes and just concentrate. And I'm going to shapeshift. Okay. So I'm looking, I'm staring. I'm like, what the heck is this? And he did like shapeshift into like a wolf werewolf kind of thing. I do not watch those kind of things. One time at band camp, exactly. Tell me more. And I played the clarinet. But his face shifted, and it's kind of like, was my mind, oh, how are you? I'm a little princess today. So I do still need to talk to you, Kevin. Part of it is, I'll tell you anyways. All right. So Kevy, we're going to do like a travel thing. And at the school, I was thinking about doing it for the kids as well. So I have already decided I was going to do it through the culture club, but there's some stuff going on with the clubs. And I think I'm just going to bring it to the school. So I'm going to have it like in school for the high schoolers to travel somewhere. And I'm trying to get dates together so we can also have like an adult type travel thing. So Kevin, if you and Honey Bunch or whatever, I do need some adult sponsors. We'll talk about that if you're interested. But we're trying to decide where to go. So far we got Ireland, Iceland. Next year, I'm down for Australia. But so the shape-shifting, was that something that my mind just did, or was he actually able to do that? Have you guys ever had somebody shapeshift in front of you? Because that is not something I would expect, but I don't know. Doo-doo, what a name. How'd you get the name Doo-doo? Doo-doo. Okay. But we're cutting up. We're cutting as we go. Well, that's good, Chris. That's good to be proud of. You should see the comments I get. And thank you for the love. I appreciate that. Tom is here and Chris. But what do you guys want to talk about? So Halloween. I don't know. There are some superstitions. Some people believe that they come true. Is that just our mind? Is it self-fulfilling prophecy? Do you guys believe that there are demons out there? I've had some pretty scary situations. Also, like, I really want to talk about like the spiritual aspect of the healing journey, because so many of you have said how empty you feel, and it's real hard to heal without kind of like a purpose, or like a higher being. Um, I don't know. I see a lot of people. We talked yesterday about how people don't really change until the pain is too much. Um, so, will the narcissist ever change? Will they ever change? They don't feel things as deep as we do. And today I was doing my studies, and they were talking. Today's topic was about feedback, giving feedback. And they said that people have like a 3,000% difference in how they take feedback. So some people take it like easily, other people get really hurt by it. So if even just feedback, there's this one, I wrote it down. So this guy, I probably spelled it wrong, but this one psychiatrist had said, hold on, let me get his name. I think it begins with an M. What's his name? Okay, Marty. See, told you it begins with an M. So Marty Seligman, I don't know the spelling, but he says, whether it's true or not, but he says 50% of the way that we take our feedback is genetic. So here you see that genetic component again. So 50% is based on genetics, according to him. 40% is kind of like what we tell ourselves and how we feel about the feedback that we're getting, and 10% is the actual circumstances. So when you get feedback, a lot of it is based on just how you're going to react. Jarek says she's crowned so many. What? What do you mean, Jarek? What are you saying? Are you saying I am? What do you mean? And Israel, what? I like that name. Roy is here, and Rico has joined us. So 50%. What do you guys think on that? As far as, oh my goodness, Jarek, be appropriate. And then of course the next person joins is named Fish. Timing is everything. And so those of you who don't know, I am on 3 platforms right now, and we had an inappropriate comment. Is it true? Is he? Who is he? I'm a girl. So I will not discuss who I am voting for. I want you guys to vote for who you feel is appropriate. As an influencer, I don't want to influence you. I want you guys to decide. The only thing I ask is you guys decide based on, what's important. And Sue is, I don't know, I don't think I can say those words. Sue is my sister. I have a sister, Sue. Sister Sue. A lot of Cindy's have Sues as sisters. Susie. So you guys, tell me if you're voting. Who's voting? We'll go live. Almost done cutting these up. You guys are so quiet. Talk to me. That's why I lose my voice by the end of the week. I teach all day and then talk to you guys. And a lot of people joining, and so as far as the meet and greet, it'll be where you get like a lot of meals are included. And hello, who is that? Ranbo, good to have you here. And thank you for the follow. JK is here. I love it. Oh, squirting in my face. So sisters, how's it been going for you? and run any updates on your situation. Because what was the other thing? It takes a year. Oh, a paraplegic or somebody who wins the lottery. So they're going to have this either devastating thing or this super exhilarating thing. So their outlook on life is going to change. But within a year, it goes back to baseline. That was another thing we talked about, is understanding people's baselines. So I don't always talk about narcissism. Sometimes it's just how to have a good relationship, how to repair things. Not every relationship that goes bad is due to a narcissist. Sometimes I see it a lot of times. It's two people in a state of need. Jarek says, so Jarek, unfortunately, I got in trouble one time for talking politics. I think the way it works is on lives, you really got to watch what you say. So unfortunately, I'm not going to talk politics during lives. I see people getting away with it in like regular videos. So I wish I could share, do the meet and greet and I'll talk to you. We'll do that. I wish I could. Hi. Oh, Ghosty is back. Ghosty, I'm getting stuff ready. We're going to have to, you guys can give me some ideas on what to cook for this. What kind of meal I'll cook this weekend. These can wait though. I'm not super crazy about peppers, but every now and then. So let me just rinse this off. All right. 1 sec, guys. Just putting this in the freezer. That's it for cooking tonight. All right. Sorry about that. I am back. So is that fair, Jarek? Tay is here. Oh my God, big old mess to clean up. So I could tell it bothers you though. But yeah, I got to refrain from talking about that. But nobody said anything about shape shifting. Oh my goodness. What's it? And B is here. Juan, good to have you. Got a lot of people joining in. Oh my goodness. So did you guys do anything for Halloween? What do you think about Halloween? There was this one post that I just saw about this house that decided to give away rocks instead of candy. And a lot of people were saying, you better be careful because rocks, people can throw the rocks and break your windows. But, you know, a lot of times people think certain things are funny, but, you know, it takes away from, you know, the excitement and the joy, and it's not really necessary. Just don't give anything out if you don't want to. There's enough trauma in the world, enough depression and sadness. We don't have to play with kids' emotions. So even if it seems funny, you got to start looking a little deeper into how that affects people. We were talking yesterday on even just the littlest thing can affect someone. So if you just cancel going somewhere that you promised to go to, it has this like snowball effect. And throughout life, you learn more and more how little things can affect people. But nobody wants to tell any ghost stories. Oh my goodness. I told you guys my ghost stories. And got my little tiara on. So I want to make sure you guys are still here. Debbie should be joining us pretty soon. And Sarah, what's the update? How was your day? Tomorrow is professional development, and then I get to go out to lunch with some friends, and I'll be making some videos. So topic requests are welcome, and whatever you guys want to talk about. I got to reply to, what is it? Big Dad deal or something like that. Debbie, you've been here since I started. Oh, okay. All right. Debbie's been giving me a lot of recipes, so I have to go through and decide which one I want to do. So many good ones. So you just been quiet. Okay. Why do you like to be quiet? I wish the kids at school. Just kidding. Oh, you did. I'm sorry, Debbie. Yes. Yeah, I do remember windy. You were one of the first commenters. Jeffrey is here. Rick and B. Martin. My apologies. Yes, it's been really, really windy, and I love this kind of weather. Does anybody go to the cider mills? Kevin, if you're still here, are there any cider mills around town? That's one thing I used to always do. There was Franklin Cider Mill. They had a nice little creaky kind of thing, and you got to the huge. Oh, actually, talking about this kind of ghosty kind of story. Chris is here. Nice to have you. So right across the street, when I had my dance studio, tanning salon, and gift shop, it was part of the Underground Railroad, and there was some spooky stuff that happened in that building. But right across the street, they had one of those big wheels that would crush the apples, and I don't think it was working. I mean, it kept going, but they can use that for power. And hello, Willie, what's going on with you? So does anybody have any ghost stories? Because that place, like I said, it was part of the Underground Railroad, and there were some spooky things that happened. It was also the apartment up top used to be a doctor's office, and so there was it was like a split building. They brought the downstairs into one. So this is where the dance studio and tanning salon were. And then upstairs, they still had two separate apartments. And the one that I stayed in used to be a doctor's office. So who knows what happened up there. But I remember being in a room where there were absolutely no windows whatsoever. And all of a sudden, this bright light, like the size of a window with Venetian blinds. And it was when I was sleeping. I tried to focus on it. And as soon as like my eyes would focus, it went shut. Also downstairs, while I was redoing the upstairs, I fell asleep purposely. I made a little bedroom in the shop in the back. And I had that sleep paralysis, and that was the scariest. Felt like your soul was being pulled out of you. And I know some of you have said that you have experienced that. So Buddy says, hi, how are you doing tonight, pretty lady? Thank you for the compliment. I am doing good. How about you, Buddy? Thank you for the follow. We are growing, and I appreciate all the follows. And we were talking about doing a meet and greet coming up, maybe this summer. And I want to know where you guys want to travel to. So we just need a minimum of 6 people, but we can have a bunch. Chaco is back. Good to have you here. You're a very loyal followers, so it's good to have you. I'd like to hear how you're doing. Anything new and exciting going on? And Mary is here. G Dollar is here. Is that how I say it? G Dollar. But Chris, what have you been up to? We're opening the topic to whatever you guys would like to talk about. I just ramble till you guys tell me what you want to talk about. And you better be careful. The later it gets, the crazier I talk. I just talk about anything. So we could talk about my new dance shoes. I got new dance shoes. I'm excited about that. Went to ballroom dancing yesterday, 2 days ago. And time is going by really quick. Really, really quick. Albert is here. And what is it? Screaming Frog. Screaming Frog. Are you in hot water? Is that why you're a screaming frog? Oh, you just heard shot where? That's not good. I don't think you heard it over my place, but take cover if you need to take cover. We had it once during live. Yeah, there's some bad stuff. Oh, who is it? Gavin. I would love to hear a knock joke. Have you guys heard my narc jokes? Yes, tell me a knock joke. Mimi is here. Look, I got my little tiara. Okay, you start. Okay, knock. That's not how this is supposed to go. Super thankful. You are Oh, you're the fearful homeless narcissist. Chris, I almost mentioned that I got to get back to you. So, Chris, thank you for joining. I did make a video for you. You are very, very welcome. And you had said something about the cold discard is not always from a narcissist. Uh-oh, some comments in the live were filtered. You guys, who's there? Um, so you are welcome. And to clarify, if you guys saw that video, it's posted on YouTube and I believe TikTok. Yeah, I put it on Facebook too. That it's just like a fear, like an unspoken fear almost. But it's good that you're realizing certain things that you're doing in your life that might not lead to an outcome that you want. But you had talked about the cold discard. Now, narcissists will be a cold discard, but there's also sociopaths, psychopaths, and sometimes people who are just overwhelmed. They can be good-hearted people, but I could see an autistic person doing that, to where I just have to walk away. Maybe even ADHD. So yeah, it's not always a narcissist, and that's where it gets tricky. Is we can't just go by one or two things. That's why there's 5 out of 9 traits that are used in diagnosing a narcissist, but there's a lot of overlapping things too. Were you diagnosed as a narcissist, or is it just what you kind of feel? Mimi had the worst night ever last night. Oh my goodness, why? What happened? Tell me what happened. Ron says sometimes they are a combination of all of it, and those are the most dangerous. What's the secret? What's the down low, Chris? Yeah, where they have like Machiavellianism or the dark triad. Yeah, there's a whole different like gamut. Some are extremely dangerous, and others are just kind of toxic. Sarah says, "Sorry, I disappeared for a few moments." That's all right. I understand. You had a phone call. Okay, I'll forgive you. Your tummy hurts. Very emotional for no reason. Well, if you're cramping and very emotional, there's probably a reason. Being a girl. Hormones. Yeah, hormones can affect us. I know when I was pregnant, my goodness, I had an attitude. I was pretty good, except there was one time, Sarah, I was with Carrie, and she's like, "You're the coolest sister." Man, I was pretty lucky. Like the biggest my waist got was 30 inches. I was not big at all. Um, but I had my car, and the other person was like so close to me that for me to get in my car, and the other one was really close, that like my shirt like completely it was so hard getting in the car. And I had an attitude, and Tracy, hey sis, that's my sister from another mister. How's it going, Tracy? Ron says that they say to you, "Oh, you think you're special, don't you?" They're probably a bit sadistic in getting off on your pain. Yeah, they don't want you to feel special. Chris says, my psychiatrist one mentioned schizoid personality when I pushed him. Ah, how do you feel about that? It's kind of like schizophrenia and bipolar. Do you associate with that? Does that make sense? My Halloween Heavenly was fantastic. It was just another day. But it was good. It was good. I was at school. Well, did he say why? And does it just happen out of the blue? Are there certain triggers? Because like a schizoid would probably, with that bipolar component, Chris says that is someone that doesn't want closeness with people. So parts of it, I guess. Okay. So what, but I love attention. Okay. You love the attention, but not the closeness. That makes sense. Heavenly says, "I just came to say hi. Have a great night. Thanks for joining. Hit that. Give me some love before you go." Thank you so much, Heavenly. We'll be going live tomorrow. You know, in all honesty, like who doesn't really like attention? Some people don't, I guess. But thank you. I saw that. Um, but it's interesting how people push it away, you know, and there's also different kinds of attention. Certain attention might feel comfortable, others might be uncomfortable. You might only like the physical, or you might only like talking, or only on your terms. And Mimi says, I think I'm going to go. Okay, I know you're having a bad day, not feeling the best. So get some rest and maybe take a hot bath or a shower. And I'll see you tomorrow. Who's going to tell me what color my glasses are if you leave? Ron says, get some sleep. I'm giving you some love. Ron says, be it a spiritual gift, be it a physical gift, or art, they will find a way to harm you or attempt to. Now, this is depending on the severity. Sometimes they don't get it. They think they're doing the right thing. But there's that cycle, and then they just get selfish. They also feel like they're not good enough. And when you try to talk to them about, can we make this a little bit better or a little bit more consistent? But your glasses are just pink. That's true. That is true. You may go to bed now. They want your life effed up and depressed like them. It's like destiny swapping. So I saw this one video. That's the love I wanted. Thank you so much. I can sleep good now. And here's a love for you. So the video was that the narcissist is envious of you. They want to be you. And you have to eat first. All right, let me know what you're going to eat. Run says, just because I'm nosy. Run says jealousy bubbles out of them, triangulation, manipulation. And so the narcissists, they do like strong people. They are attracted to what they would like their life to be. If you're popular, they might latch onto you if that's what they want. If they want to be popular, they're going to go after a popular person. If they want to be rich, they're going to try to take your money. Wingstop. Oh, I've never been to Wingstop. People keep telling me to go there. I have to try Wingstop. Do they have cheesy fries? All of a sudden I want cheesy fries. I never eat those, but that sounds good. But it's like kind of like they enjoy it, then they want it, then they're jealous that you're still getting it. And so if the focus isn't on them, then they're just going to make you feel miserable. What? It's so good. I don't know. I think there's one in town. I'm kind of not really new, but I'm new to this side of the state. I don't know what's over here. Yes, they do have cheesy fries. I'm going to have to go there. I think somebody mentioned cheesy fries. That's why my mind is thinking cheesy fries when I hear that name. Chris says to run. I don't try to do that, and I don't feel I do that on purpose, but it happens. And Chris, I believe you. There are times that they're not out to hurt you. Hi, Rhonda. Good to have you here. You got my little princess tiara. There are times they do selfish things. There are times, Dane says, attracted to empathetic people. You are correct, because they're going to give them more chances. They're going to try to understand. And good, Mimi says, there's no point in leaving now. Good, so stay. But sometimes, let's say they don't know how to say goodbye. They don't know how to say, this isn't working for me, or I found someone new. So they kind of like prolong. It's that future faking that they'll do. They're like, of course we'll get together. And Dane, you don't have to be quiet. Please talk. What did I miss? Did I miss something? Please repost. But yeah, attracted to empathetic people. I did see that. It took me a minute to get to you though. So if I missed something else, let me know. Sorry. You have no school tomorrow. Don't be quiet. Dane, I want to hear from you. Yeah, our kids don't have school tomorrow either. But guys, feel free to open the conversation up. Run says, every word I heard was always stuff like, you're not that good, you're lazy. Why are they so weird? Why do you talk like that? It's like you're differing movement. They have to take or destroy or control. Um, some are like that. That's not, they might even be psychopaths, sociopaths that, this is so nice. Aw, you talk too much at times. Well, feel free to talk. Feel free, feel free to talk. And you want candy? I got candy right there. Maybe I should eat some for you. So there are some that are hurtful and they don't say things the right way. Sometimes they can think they're motivating you, but they say it in a bad way. And even in my notes right here today, they say even well-intentioned people can really hurt people. Just like if I said, you're starting to get pretty thick, you might want to go on a diet. And I mean it kindly, but you can take offense to it. Or you're getting too skinny, I can see your bones, or things like that. And it can really affect different people a different way. So even well-intentioned can cause bad outcomes. Mimi says, wow, you're going to eat candy in front of me, just wow. Oh my goodness, Dane, thank you. You got the #1 gifter badge. Thank you. Generous, nice 4 roses. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Run says, ones I meet was like that, was in the cult. The abuse and control of the cult reprogrammed them. So we have to remember who we're dealing with. People who are easily manipulated. They're not a strong person. And so they're going to shapeshift, like he said. They're going to do what they're told. They're going to try to fit in. And, are they, I can see the cult leaders being the narcissists, but the other people are just hurt people with a loss of direction. And then sometimes you get that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So maybe they feel empowered and they start being narcissistic. But there are people, we have to realize, if they are telling us we're lazy, are we? Are we? Sometimes we are. And the thing is sometimes we have to take it with a grain of salt. Are they saying it all the time? Or is it happy birthday, Duchess? I love it. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Duchess, I like it. I will own it. Happy Halloween to you too. Yeah, we got 1 hour and 12 minutes left of this beautiful Halloween. And let me scroll up. But thank you for the gift. And thank you for the happy Halloween and the nickname. Chris says, run, totally true. I let people manipulate me. So you let people manipulate you. Do you feel you manipulated other people? Because I noticed you said that you thought you were a narcissist. Can narcissists be manipulated? Yeah, they can. And sometimes, narcissists end up with toxic people too. They're not always with an empathetic person. Sometimes they're played just as much. Run says, oh, they have directions, obey, order, or it gets the hose again. What do you mean by the hose? Dane says, all you can do is run away. Yeah, like I said, the time that they may change is only if they lose so much. But are they going to stay because they love you? They might stay because they're afraid of losing the house, or they might change because they don't want to lose the job. Whatever is benefiting them, they don't want to lose what's benefiting them. So they're not necessarily going to care about the company. They're going to care about the job and what the job brings them, or they're going to care about the relationship to their money, to their status, all those kind of things. So when those things start getting off that baseline that we were talking about, it's a cycle that they repeat. And I talked to you guys about the 1 year when somebody either became paraplegic or won the lottery, they get back to baseline in a year. And I would like you guys to kind of take that as something to, if you're looking at healing, that if we put the right things into place, that you can get out of this cycle Like a paraplegic can get back to baseline as happy or unhappy as they were within about a year. And somebody who wins the lottery, they go back to being themselves within a year. So if we get stuck in that rumination, though, that's why these relationships are so hard to get over, is because we get stuck in that cycle. We thank you for the follow, but we get stuck in that cycle of kind of like the past, the off and on, and trying to get back to like that love bombing stage, because it's been a cycle so many different times that we have hope. Eventually it falls apart. Eventually it will fall apart. And, there are, I don't know. I see the differences in generations on how they have different expectations, how they handle things. And it seems like each generation overcompensates. They get too strict. Like when I was growing up, Sarah, do you remember how it was like that tough love stuff? She's a little bit younger than me, but they had that tough love. And like a lot of kids were getting kicked out, and when they still needed some support. There are times maybe do the tough love, but it was like, you come home at 12:30. I told you to be here at 12. You break the rules again, you're out. So we did the tough love. Now we're doing, then we do the softer love with, coddling, and everybody's special. And we didn't get, so Sarah's saying yes. And when we were growing up, we had to earn our trophies, and then it started transitioning into everybody getting trophies. I know my daughter was in like this cheer clinic, and you could pay to get a trophy, and it started shifting, so we overcompensate. So there's still not a balance. It's still like flip-floppy. And you'll see some of you, can you validate, do you have problems with your children? Whether they're adult children or young children, that they see things a different way. And then they're going to have their children, and they're going to parent differently. And they're also going to absorb some of the way you parent. So yeah, it's a big old mess. Chris says, manipulation on me tends to happen in money. Like I let myself get ripped off by a tradesperson once. I donated to a charity for quite a while after getting scammed by them on the street. So you donated after you got scammed? What do you mean? Tell me more. Ron says it rubs lotion on his skin and it gets the hose again. Silence of the Lamb movie. Are you being poetic or exact? You have to watch it to get their symbolism. Okay. And I saw it. Yeah. I saw Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lamb. I saw it in Florida. I had a date, and it was in Fort Lauderdale, and we went to this really nice dinner theater where we sat, and they had big round tables, and we had our own table, and they had linen and on the tables. And so we sit down and we have our meal as we're watching Silence of the Lamb. How disgusting. It was not what I wanted to eat to. But he tried. So Run says, oh, okay. Chris says they signed me up for recurring donations. Got to be careful on that. What kind of tradesperson? And why did you donate to a tradesperson? So, have you ever manipulated people for money, or did you seek revenge? I'm still trying to see where you're at, like with your anger or your retribution. Mimi says, I don't think you need to date. LOL. Bueno, ¿cómo estás? Dane, funny, you like that? That was so gross. Another gross date I had. You want to hear about my gross dates? It's our first date, and it was New Year's Eve, and so we go out dancing, and the ball's about to drop. And he's been drinking all night. I don't drink, so he's drinking all night. And then they pass out this really cheap champagne. And so he takes, they gave us like, party favors, like the hats and the necklaces and all that kind of stuff. And we're standing up on the bench and we're just dancing. And then the ball drops and he wants our first kiss after he threw up from getting, like literally threw up right before the ball drops into his party hat. And then he wants our first kiss. I'm like, no way. So that didn't last. But yeah, that was down in Detroit. Tevin, you seem like a wholesome individual. Hope all goes well with you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And good to have you here, though. Oh, Lord, yes. So, and then another bad date I had. Let's talk about all my bad dates. Is I don't have luck on boats. I had this guy take me out on his boat. This was Metro Beach or Metro Parks, out there. And I don't even know. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And we decided to go out. And we go, I don't even know, like 45 minutes to get to the boat dock. And he takes me out, but he wants to show off. And yeah, he almost like knocked me out of the boat by trying to show off so much. It was really dark. And I was kind of, this was maybe even the first time I've been on like a speedboat. And then another time, another bad date is the guy was really sweet and took me boating. So we go out on the lake and he gets stopped. He gets, what was it? I think it was 6 tickets on the lake for no fire extinguisher, no life preservers, didn't have his license or registration, a wake and a no wake, and something else, expired plates. I don't remember, but there's like 6. And then, so we were out there for probably only about 10 minutes and it starts to drizzle. Then it starts to rain a little bit more. So he's like, we better pack up. So we pack up and it's already a flop. He's, poor guy just got all those tickets. And so we load up. And it's his brand new boat. He's not used to driving with a boat. And because of the rain, it was slippery and the weight of the boat pushed us into the car in front of us. So we got failure to stop in weather conditions. And then, the no registration, no proof of insurance, all that. So 11 tickets. He got 11 tickets. Oh, Lord. Okay, Mimi, be right back. So, Ron says one move the cult does is say, oh, give us $35,000 and you'll be all good. When they are scamming your life by placing a verbal debt agreement. They'll get you to donate everything, sign up over everything that you have. Be really leery of that. You saw what happened with David Koresh, Waco, Texas. So they don't really care. They have their own agenda. Ron says they will use a timeline. Also, you need to acquire it by, or we will do something, which is a trap and a lie. They will do something to you regardless. That's the evil in it. So what did I just say? Well, you can't be leaving and asking. So I'm just teasing you. They were talking about like cults, CULTS, cults. And where they manipulate you out of all your money and say they're going to take care of you or possibly threaten you. Once you're in there, they can take control over you. And some people feel a loyalty just because they want to belong to something. And they feel safe when they're really not safe. They're just being used. You didn't leave. LOL. I'm back. So if you're back, you're adorable. Ron says your knowledge and good heart is irritating to them at times. It's very strange and demonic, in my opinion. So that's the whole thing. If we talk about the spiritual aspect, that there is this push and pull, the evil versus the good. So, you know, I know not all of you are spiritual beings in your heart, but I think there's something to it because, you know, is the narcissist demonic? They have like that evil in them. And I just thought what I said. Wait, that didn't make sense. I understood it, but and I don't know. There's a lot of people who once they become more spiritual, that's when they start feeling that they have some peace. So a lot of us had that turmoil going on in our head, and Debbie says they are absolutely demonic. And you know, we talked about what brought me closer to God is like the evil I saw. It wasn't like the good. When you see the good, it's kind of like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. You see nature, that's nice. But you see, you know, like the Ouija board. Don't do those. Don't do them. But seeing that and knowing there's something like evil, demonic, or even just spiritual, whether it was a good or bad spirit, the fact like that was mind blowing. There's something to it, and you hear all these stories. Am I voting? Yes, everybody should vote, especially this year. If you want, you can vote for me for student council. I won't win. I'm too old. Yes, it's important to vote. Now with the, I'm confused how it works. When I was growing up, we always knew that night. I do not remember like delays. And then they're talking about like delaying where people are getting extra time. So we're not going to find, we have to find out on Tuesday. We need to do that. Too many things in life change. Like my CoverGirl makeup, my Easy Breezy CoverGirl that used to smell so good and be consistent. Man, I used to get so many compliments on, you smell so good. It was just my blush. And Vidal Sassoon, where they had the cream rinse and they changed, like it's not the same. Vidal Sassoon, I warn you. And Easy Breezy CoverGirl, very inconsistent. Not the same. It smells so good. Like I'd still be wearing that, but. And happy Halloween, Nick. Good to have you here. Nick the Quick, 881. Good to have you here. Nick the Quick. 881. What does that symbolize? 881? 881. But yeah, there's at least the temptations. You know, you think about it. What are temptations? Those are like the evil, whether it's a God thing or even just your ego, super ego, all that kind of stuff. There's certain things that draw us to the light and certain things that draw us to the dark. But if you notice, the things that draw you to the dark are always bad. It's like always bad. It's like self-serving. And the things that bring you to the light are either peace in your heart or helping other people, patience, all that kind of stuff. You know, love is patient, love is kind. It's not boastful. It's this, it's that. And you know, there's a lot of good messages in the Bible. Oh, that was scary. Oh, something really. Oh, guys. What was that sound? Oh, there was a really scary sound. I feel it in my legs. My dog is right here. Dixie, what was that? The only thing it might be is I have my garbage can that has that flip top. Other than that, nothing should make a sound. That was scary, guys. All right. Let's see. Are you here? If you're here, flicker. Do you guys remember when my light was flickering? Flicker if you're here. Flicker, flicker. In 3, 2, 1, flicker. You can flicker? You afraid? Scaredy cat? It's Halloween, flicker. All right. It did it that one night, though. The light was flickering like click. I don't think my house is haunted, but remember that one day that light was flickering like crazy. It's off that way. I turned it around. It's recorded somewhere, but it was only one day, but it lasted for like 25 minutes. I checked the bulb. It's the same bulb. It didn't burn out or anything. That was like 3 weeks ago, Debbie. How long ago was that? Jane says, I'm so glad I found you. Dane, I'm glad you're here too. So feel free to open the conversation. And Ron says, I want no part of it. And that shrunk down the dating pool in a good way, but doesn't mean they don't try. Oh, what's flickering? It's either my ring light. If it's my ring light, it's just old. 25 minutes. It was crazy. And it would stop. Are you here? Somebody here? I don't want to freak myself out. I won't be able to go to bed tonight. But Debbie says it was a few weeks ago. It's a sick duality game, Ron says. But let me scroll up for a sec. So Chris, how have you been doing lately, though? I know you had have you been doing better at work? Sometimes we have to be proactive. So who am I talking to? Nobody. I'm talking to the air. I'm just trying to see. It was coincidental for 25 minutes at one time. Just trying to see. There's a spirit on Halloween. But no flickering. It's safe in here. Are you here? Okay. I'm just testing. I'm talking to nobody. But did you guys, who saw it? Is anybody in here who saw it flickering like that? It was on TikTok. I don't think I was able to turn everything else around. The air is crazy. What do you mean the air is crazy? I know sometimes, do you guys ever feel like spooky air? And that was the one thing I told you guys about my rice experiment. I should do that again. But there's something to the different energies, and there's so many things to research. Oh my gosh. If somebody wants to donate $10,000 a month, I'll quit my job and research for you guys. So feel free to donate. But we got some new people in here. Tell me where you would like to do a meetup, a meet and greet. We're talking about Iceland or Greece or Ireland. Yeah. We could do Hawaii, which would be nice, but it's like $1,000 more to go to Hawaii. So I think we're going to go international. Who has a passport? I have a passport. The blessed emerald dice. So if you think about it, like the way people, after they get hurt by a narcissist, and thank you for the compliment, the bless. Thank you. Mimi says, let's stop talking to the air. Talking about, see you here. Okay. There you go. We'll just talk to each other. Yes, I have stopped. I have stopped talking to the air. It was just probably coincidence that one day, but you never know. But if you guys believe in the spiritual realm, that, you know, you think about it, the narcissist, like, the devil's getting what they want. When it breaks up families, and then you're angry, and then you go through that depression, and it's trying to destroy you. And that's when you gotta, you know, really build yourself back up. It's hard. It's not easy. It's easier to do the dark side. It's easier to stay depressed. You'll be back? Okay. Dane says it was horrible. How long did you endure? It can be devastating. It damages your brain. And Jason is here. I was thinking about you earlier. Oh, Jason, you missed it. Jason, there you go. Little princess. There. Happy Halloween. Did you dress up? I have a picture. It looks like you. I have a picture with his twin brother. I went out with your twin brother on Halloween. Do you remember? Did you ever see that picture? So I could just say it was with you. Nah, you didn't see it. Oh, if you go on my profile page and scroll back a couple years, it should be on my cover photos, either profile or cover photos. I think it's in my cover photos. So you'll check it. Yeah, you got to go back a ways, but it should be there in the cover photos. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Jason, what is this? I've never seen that. That's the best. You sent me Wanda the Witch. I love that. Oh my goodness. #1 gifter badge and #1 smile maker. Thank you so much. That was cool. Dane says 40. Oh gosh, 40 plus years. And Dane, was it like a romantic? Was it a marriage? And was it did it end because of death or because of a breakup? Siblings. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I endured some stuff from my brother until he got to be an adult. So good to have you back, Mimi. Thank you again, Jason. He grew out of it though, and it was just, I don't know, but there are some siblings who, man, there's some horrible ones. Whether it's SA kind of abuse or physical abuse or emotional. So, are you still in contact with your siblings? Is it one? Dane says they eventually took my parents and relatives away from me. That's the hardest part, is they can turn family away because they like to spread lies or distort things, and it can really hurt when you're trying to say this is what the truth is, and they like to believe the other person. No contact. Do you wish to have contact with your relatives? Are your parents still around? Sandman, hey, what's up today? Bro, I hear that all day at school. Bro, what's up, bro? It's so cold and I'm cold, LOL. You heard a firework. Oh my goodness, people are hearing things. Well, I wouldn't doubt it. You walked away 2 years ago. Yeah, that's hard. And I don't know the situation. Was it just differences of opinion, or, the healing process? We had to realize that our worth isn't in what they say, that we have to know who we are. In a way, they did me a favor. Evidently, family didn't care much. Yeah. That's hard. Sometimes too, it's like, I don't know the full situation, so it's hard to give advice. What hurt was turning my mom away. Yeah. And, if you think, I do one-on-ones, if you guys are interested in one-on-ones. It's hard to get deep into things online because some of it's personal. You might not want to share in a group. But it might be worth analyzing if it's a relationship worth trying to save. If you had that hurt, but that's the thing with the way the narcissists turn people against, and you're recovering slowly. Did you ever talk to your mom about it, or did she just, oh, your mom died hating you? I'm sorry. Are you sure she hated you? That's the thing. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know the situation. I know my ex was horrible to me. He was horrible. And in the end, he was like, I don't hate you. But it's like, geez, you won't talk to me. You've done all these crappy things. And Dane says, I discovered what was going on a few days after she passed. Oh my goodness. And we have to be careful too. If you got that information from mom, so be it. But if you got that from, siblings who are toxic, that could just be their opinion, or that could be them messing with your mind. So we have to be cautious on that. The glare on the door behind me. I know, guys. I am sorry. Let's see. I don't know. If I turn it off, then it might be. Let's see. Oh, wait. We did this last time. That's going to be worse, isn't it? Is that worse? Better or worse? That better or worse, guys? Is that worse? Now I'm really not talking. Buy a curtain for it. No, I just need to not do it this way. It looks fine. There you go. I know, it depends on, there you go. How's that? I'll just put my hand here. It's okay, same. I know, but if I turn the light off, then I got to try. I have 3 different platforms open, so I know. Can't cover it with my head on all of them. Matt, how are you? Good to have you here. Baywatch. So I don't know. Do you like it better dark, or do you like it better with the light on? It's fine by you? Okay. It's okay. It's the same. I don't know. But happy Halloween. Oh my goodness. Satan's baby. How'd you get that name? Oh my goodness. And yeah, sorry, Bill. Bear with me. I don't usually do it this way. Which door is it? Is it the right one? How's that? We'll do this. Does that take it away? Is that better? No, now, is that worse? I don't know, guys. I'm trying. It's going to get cold in here. All right, Bill, you got to tell me, is this better or worse? But you get the sweatshirt or the sweater. So, no, that's not better. And Melissa, it's been forever since I've heard you. Oh my goodness. Melissa, how have things been going? There, you see me stand up. Hello. Melissa, it's been a while. And I love seeing you guys. And that is the one thing that I love, is that we have like a community here. So thank you for the loyal friends. Bill, next time I go on, I will have it angled different. Okay, fair enough. What? Mimi smiling. Hi and happy Halloween, Melissa says to everyone. And yes, the freaks come out at night. So fair enough. All right, good deal. Good deal. There, put my head right there. I don't know if I can angle. Maybe I can angle it. How's that? Then I got to move over here. Ugh. Is that better? Feel all squished up in here. The glare is worse. Oh, you guys, I can't make you happy. See, this is the thing. I'm on this little table, this little, whatchamacallit, and I have 2 tripods right here with the legs all messed up. The light is better. Okay. All right. We'll have the light on. There we go. We just got to deal with it tonight. You see my little mess back there, my mail I got to go through. Secrets. You're not supposed to see my mess. That's all being recorded. But you see my Schiller cup? I got that from school. It's fine. Okay, cool. Cool. This weekend is cleaning weekend. So I need to get upstairs, and maybe we'll take this upstairs. Get a little studio up there. I have like some filming ideas, different ideas. So this weekend, I'm hoping to get my TikTok shop open. So trying to quit my job. I would love to do social media and be available for you guys 8 hours a day, every day. But I got to go to work. I got to remember, I got to go to work tomorrow. It's only half a day, and I just have to sit there and smile. Jason says, tomorrow is the first day of November. Ooh, you're right. Thanksgiving month. So, okay. this month. Dang it, I should do it every day. Man, tomorrow we will make a pretend turkey meal. Let's figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to make because I don't feel like shopping until Saturday. Turkey Day, yes. So November, I want to make some side dishes and leftover turkey kind of dishes. And I'll even give you my secret gravy recipe. And Jason, your brother is a good cook. Are you a good cook? Your brother's a really good cook. His brother married one of my really good friends. And I want some of his recipes. I used to work with his sister-in-law, and I'd spend the night at her place a lot. And her husband would make dinner for us. Ron says some lighting of fireworks, mischievous folks out, little ghouls and goblins. There you go. And Paul, good to have you here. Oh, you're a gym rat. I love it. Jason says, I'm a good cook. I can roast water. You got to give me that recipe. I love it. I love it, Jason. At least I'll stay on my diet. How's that? Paul, happy Halloween to you too. Thank you. Scotty, too hot. Good to have you here. Look at that. Oh, all the smiles. I love it, Jim Rat. And the warrior is here. Do you know that song? We are the warriors. Actually, I went to Wayne State. We were called the Tartars. And then they changed it to the Warriors. But when I went to Wayne State, I was a DJ at the radio station. And there was that one song, We Are the Warriors. We Are the Warrior or something like that. I played that 3 times in a row because I'm like, shout out and, asking people to call in. And I got fed up that nobody called in. And I'm like, nobody's calling in, so I'm going to play this 3 times. It was my favorite song that day. So, Warrior, good evening to you. Mimi says, LOL, happy Halloween. Warrior says, same to you too. Look at that little cute little pumpkin. Hi, James. Dog Defender, happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, boom. 2 emojis for the pumpkin. Can we do that on Facebook too? And Just Me joined. And thank you for liking the live. I've been talking like my jaw. Oh my goodness, look at that boo. Ghost. Oh my gosh. Jason, you are, I'm going to marry Jason. You sent Boo the Ghost. And Dog, before you say anything, Jason, how many years have I known you? 20? No. 2000, probably around 2000, between 2004. How long have I known you, Jason? Right around, I probably met you a few years after your sister-in-law. 15, at least 15. At least 15 years, yeah. Thank you for liking the live. That's what I love about social media is you get to touch base with people you haven't seen in a long time and make new friends. So you are a gorgeous goddess. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I appreciate that. Goddess, my goodness. So I appreciate that. And Robert is here. So happy Halloween to you too, Dog Defender. Do you see my little tiara that I was wearing? I need a bigger crown. There you go. This one kind of sparkles. It needs to be bigger. I deserve a bigger one. Maybe I just have too big of a head. And then I'll give this to my granddaughter. Give her this one. It's a good one, but it's just for online. I'd like it sparklier. I could have worn it to school. I didn't even think about that. I never wear it out in public though. Very sweet. Good-hearted soul, beautiful eyes, great personality. Well, thank you. My goodness, you are always welcome here. And what's the weather like for you, Dog Defender? Our kids out here had a great time trick-or-treating. Hello from Santa Barbara, California. Nice to have you. Dog says he's the one member you said you had, and you said yesterday you wanted to do something fun for him. That is when I wrote, take him on the lake. Okay, so Jason, Dog is saying that I have to take you out on the lake. So get your butt up here. That's what you get. You get a trip on my speedboat's not working until next year, so we can go on the paddle boat. All right, Jason? You can bring your roasted water and adjust your crown and be the queen. There you go. Oh, exactly. I just dated a narcissist. Sure, I like to float. All right. There. Now you know. I'll see you Sunday. I'm near Santa Barbara. Are you in Indiana now or are you in Florida? What state are you in? You could tell me what state, Mr. Number One Gifter. Oh, we got Dog Defender who's near Santa Barbara, Georgia now. Well, got just enough time to hop in that car. Georgia, that's a long drive. That's a long drive. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I won't be having your roasted water for a while. When do you come? You gotta let me. Are you coming into Indiana for Thanksgiving? Dang. Chris, are you in Melbourne, Australia? Are you? Oh my goodness. I almost went to Australia, but then I got pregnant with my daughter and had to live off of that money. That was like 32 years ago, though. But Dennis is here. Nice to have you. What is just Jason? She read what Mimi just wrote. She's like, just date already. I kissed him before. Can I tell him? Chris says, yes, that's a secret. I'm sorry. Chris says that it's 2/26, November 1st. It's 11/27. It's still, we're in a different month, different hemisphere. Jason. Dog says, my friend Bridie lives in New South Wales, Australia. Oh, Dane, please come back and see us again. It was so nice having you here. Get some good sleep. See y'all next time. And I'm going live tomorrow night. It's not smart for me to give you guys a time because I'm always late, but usually around 10 o'clock. Anywhere between 8, 9, 10, or 11 Eastern Standard Time. Melissa says, how are you? I'm okay. I'm taking a better antidepressant and anti-anxiety pills. Feeling less negative. Very good. I like hearing that because I know you were struggling for a while, and it's so good having you back. Have you done anything different in life, or is life just getting easier? But I'm glad you're doing okay. And sometimes healing just takes some time, you know. But when you're on the dog says 8:27 here, it's still early. You got a couple more hours. Thank you, Ken, for liking the live. So one nice thing is if that's kind of balancing you out, the antidepressants, anti-anxiety, that you take this time where you feel a little bit better, but to continue to persevere and kind of get that brain, get some different habits formed to where it's either just seeing things in a different light or taking things, learning what our emotions are about, what our triggers are, and because the medications can help. The medications can help, but sometimes you can develop like a not immunity. Dog, help me out. What's the word? Like you're used to them. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. A tolerance. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Chris gets the A+. You get a gold star in your head. Yes, you can develop a tolerance to it. Oh, Jason said it too. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Is there a timestamp? Who said it first? So yes, I think you both said it right about the same time. Warrior says, will I ever know my father? Family missing 60 years since I was born. Tell me more about that. Your family was missing. Are you adopted? How did that happen? How old are you? Mimi says, Jason said it first, LOL. I think Mimi's team Jason. She wants an adopted internet stepfather. William, good to have you here. Warrior says they left me on the street. When did that happen, and who took care of you? Space Cowboy, that's a cool name. So they left you on the street. Please. But you know, sometimes it's like I'm just happy to be not so negative and good. The anxiety can be difficult. Award of the state. Did you ever get placed into foster or adopted? Hi, Rodney. I know some of us, if you've been adopted or in the foster system, sometimes you kind of long for that identity. What nationality am I? What, you know, where did I come from? Then you spent 21 years on the street. So can I ask how old you are now? I'm 54. So you were never adopted. Dog says there's a guy that happened to that is an author. He calls himself a fledgling. Coolest story. Ah. And that's right. Dog Defender was adopted. So you were 60. Okay. Do you have any records? I know my friend, she did the 23andMe. I'll double check which company. I think it was 23andMe. But she did one of those companies and none. So no records at all. But what was interesting is she's like a super sleuth. She ended up doing some research, and she is really good about connecting the dots, so much so that she had like this cousin, or I can't remember the whole story. It's her story, not mine. But it was like a cousin, and she couldn't say, like, there's a break. Like, how is this connected? And she realized it's either my uncle or my aunt that is this person's father. And she ended up finding out. She thought it must be the father, but it was the uncle, but it was the aunt that had a baby and hid it from everybody. And she was able to connect that. And she talked to her aunt, and she was like, the aunt was going to keep it secret. They're blocking your DNA from knowing my relation to family. So bizarre. Who is it that's blocking? You paid for them. And see, we will only see things if other people have done that, if there are a record of them, but they shouldn't be blocking anything. How do you know they're blocking? Are you just not getting information? Dog says, DNA, I did mine, not the bigger companies. I found a ton of relatives. And Dog says, I connected with my birth mom and several siblings when I was in my 20s. Did you find them through the DNA, or was that somehow in your birth certificate or adoption records? So exactly. So Warrior, I think you're saying that they haven't donated yet. When was the last time you had a test? Because sometimes you never know. They might have had a test recently. If it's been a couple of years, you might want to do it again. I don't know if you can contact them and say, hey, any extra information on my site, or do a 1-month trial type thing. I don't know exactly how those work, but government state destroyed all my records. Yeah, I don't know how that goes being 60. I'm 54, but being 60 years old, I don't know what they would keep, what they would destroy. They're frauding you. Do you know a purpose on why they would destroy all your records? I know back then it was a little bit more paper. So some things can either get moldy, or they can be in a fire or water damage. But Dog says, no, that was before DNA. I was an international search consultant from 20 to 25. Very interesting. There is a piece missing. Was this person born early 60s? Must be. Were you born in the early 60s? LOL, I'm older than you. No, you're not, Mimi. So, because I was born in 1970. So, yeah, 1964. I think that's what you mean by 64. It's flimsy, yes. But Ron says narcissists can make you homeless. They told me maybe keyword, we will make you homeless. That scary threat. Yeah, that is very scary. Ron says, I need my records from when I got and put in the hospital. Who was it who did that to you? Was it like military related, work related, or I know you said the cult. I'm trying to remember. Mimi says, yes, I am 71. Okay, you're a little older than me, liar. 1964. Oh, gosh. Dog says, I know there are records on that person somewhere. I'm going to talk to my friend, too, to see. So there's like courthouse, there's hospital. Man, you don't know. Do you know your exact birth date? What about like birth announcements? Gosh. Do you know your legitimate birth date? Yes, the thoughts are nice. Yeah, because at 60 years old, there's a chance your parents are still alive. You know, I mean, if you wanted to do like super sleuth, you could see who has lived in that area for a long time. Was there a pregnant girl? You know, trying to find that out. But that would be a lot of trying. It says, great job. We've been live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. Worry says, my situation is very serious. So when you say your situation is very serious, you mean you're telling me the truth, or what do you mean by it's very serious? Something dangerous going on? No, Mimi, well, you told me you were 71. Warrior says you are very sweet. Thank you. You are welcome. Yeah, I'm believing you. Okay. And Doug is here. So Dog says my birth father is still alive. Yeah. How old is your birth father, Mimi? And Chris, I'm glad you're here. Up in there. Chris says, my current housemate, I'm not trying to make her homeless, but yeah, since we are both single again, I'm sort of saying that she should move out. It was our original plan, but there was a short relationship in there. And that makes sense. That's not toxic. There are relationships that do fall apart. So as far as that part, a birth father she is adopted. So because she's adopted, the one that allowed her to be born, her adopted parent, her adoptive father didn't have anything to do with her birth. It had to do with taking care of her. So the one that helped her be born with the mother, that's what a birth father is. So, yeah, how's your birth father? Isn't he in his 90s? Am I remembering correctly? Oh, Bite Me, what a name. And Facebook, you're so quiet. I see you guys watching. Feel free to chime in. Hopefully I see who it is. There you guys are. So Warrior says, they're high value, someone who they put as my father that died, then it didn't match. Oh. So you think it was just like a lie? Maybe mom lied, or he just stepped up and they have someone they put. Who was it that put your father? Shows my father is from 3 different states. In what? In the DNA testing? Is there even, no, it's not government related. Do you even have one piece of official paper? What about fingerprints? Maybe even contact a police department and see if you can do like footprints to track. I don't know if they have anything like that. Dog, would they do that? I know as babies, like I'm 54 and I had my feet printed. Well, listen, guys, it is 11:41, so I should be logging off pretty soon. But you say they even blocking me on Google, other engines. Who is it that's blocking you? Because you shouldn't be blocked. Like you can go to the library. Who's blocking you? There's ways around that. You can even get a VPN. That might help. Mimi says, Mom, you're confusing me. Did you ask how old is my birth father? No. Oh, is that what the 71 is from? I'm sorry. Is that what you mean? Sorry if I misunderstood, Mimi. Whoever is behind it, behind it is not good. So Jason is asking, are your parents still alive? So if you're asking me, my father passed away about like 2 years ago, and my mother is still alive. But yes, so my mother is still alive. And if you look at my profile currently, you'll see my mother, Jason, on my profile picture. She's wearing the little witch hat. I saw her last weekend. So yeah, Mom's still alive, but my father passed away. Man, he was a trooper though. So I am lost. All a mystery. You know, there are times, thank you. Oh my gosh, it was such a fight. I had 2 forms of leukemia, pacemaker, diabetes, like on and on and on. Your dad passed away. Oh, your dad passed away this February. I met your dad. I don't know if you know that. I met your dad. It was his time though. Yeah, I met him. I think it was at Thanksgiving one year. The year I found out I had a miscarriage. I was at his brother's house for Thanksgiving, and before they were cooking, and I went to Meijer's trying to waste time, and I bought a pregnancy test, but I had a miscarriage. But yeah, so I met your dad. That was years ago, though. That was 2008 when that was. So crazy stories. I'm sorry for that. So, but yeah, it was neat meeting him. So, Jim for me, and Bo Steves. Bo Steve. I don't know how to say that. Thank you. You are welcome. Mimi says, how do you know these people? I've known Jason. He is a twin brother to my friend's husband. So that's how I ended up knowing him. So I was like best friends with this girl for years, and I would spend the night at her place, and then so I just met him that way. Isn't that crazy? Crazy small world. Ron says they're being tracked digitally and by cell phone. Could be. I just wonder, Warrior, why do you think who is it that you think is blocking you? And thank you. Because I'm famous, Mimi. I'm just kidding. And Johnny is here. Run says Satan controls cult groups, control many things, and people, even YouTube and other platforms. Infiltration, folks. Yeah, that's the one thing that's frustrating. I know Dog and I were talking about that, about one of the platforms. I gotta watch what I say. SSA. So one of the platforms. With the guidance to where they want you to believe what you believe. I've had it too, where I've gotten in trouble for things that you're like, what the heck? That's not false information. And yeah, they weed out what they want you to know and not know. So Jason says, first time I met you, was impressed by how tall you are, beautiful blonde. And you're like, whoa. Well, I was impressed with how cute you are. Jason's a cutie. But I'm not going to say that because I don't get a big head. But. And Stuart says, plasma is living and living is plasma. It's kind of deep. It's we'll have to do that earlier on in the day so I can process that. But there's probably some truth to that. Mamie's our biggest cheerleader. Just date Lordy. He's all the way down in Georgia. Yeah. Oh, well, my goodness, Bobby. That's nice. Warrior says, great smile. Big Swag is here. I saw you followed me. Thank you, Big Swag. Run says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Run says, Satan controls cult groups. So, yeah, there's... Chris says, thank you again for reading my dribble. I posted a more comprehensive history as a comment to the video if you are interested. I understand it's very narcissistic to talk about it, LOL. We all have narcissistic tendencies here and there. I don't know. Jason, do I still have, I got my phones all tied up. I don't know. Do I still, I might. I could contact him. I can definitely, so, as far, no, Jason's never been a narcissist. I can tell you that. I'll vouch for you on that one. He's a kind person. I will vouch for that. But, it's also, when even if somebody wants to stroke their ego with the advice that we give, if they can get the advice on how to maybe do a little bit better, maybe a little bit. Spill the beans, Jason. Cavil, is that how we say it? Got some candy for me, lady? All right, here we go. What would you like? Would you like Kit Kat? Oh, am I allowed to show brands? Am I going to get in trouble? I don't know if I can show you this. Not have to eat it. I don't know. I have this kind and then this kind. Are we allowed to show brands? I don't know. Oh, no. We're going to get shut down. Dang it. All right. I don't know. Cat will get me in trouble. It's all right. Chris says, but at the moment I fear for the future. What would, you see Dixie? Come here, pup. You want to cuddle? Come here. Let's say hi. There we go. Oh. You got to say hi to Dixie, dude. There we go. Let's turn this one a little bit. Here's Dixie. Uh-oh. No. Cancel. There we go. Oh, my big old dog. So Chris says, but at the moment I fear for the future. What would be a strategy to stop everything revolving around my mental health? Like I projected once onto my friend who said that he identified with me. I was talking to him about his girlfriend. He said that she was great at calling him out on his destructive behaviors. And thank you, Melissa. That's Dixie. He's adorable. Thank you. I'm paying attention. Yes, Jason says, Dixie. It is Dixie do. Thank you, Warrior. And, she is good for you to grow, work on yourself. But then he was like, well, I like her as a person. Thank you. So as far as fearing for the future, we have to, give ourselves some grace. We are not going to know what's going to, Lordy, Mimi, I got it. Oh, Dixie's not listening. I know, Mimi, it's almost midnight. Bear with me. I'll get some sleep and be quicker. So does that make sense all the time? So I'm always like, I have to work on my problems. I get it. But oh, Marty heard me. Her dog heard me. So fearing for the future, what would be a strategy to stop having everything revolve around my mental health? Is living life, having that empathy, understanding how you affect other people. And you can see that you project it onto your friend. But everything and everyone is a means to that end. And that's where you have to change it. Like right now, you're fearing of being homeless. Okay. So we have to realize I cannot use somebody for money. You won't want it. And you have to think, would you want it done to you? And, if you want to kind of think about karma, okay, whether you believe in it or not, if you want to change things, tell yourself it's real. Is it worth the karma that's going to come back on me? And that can help guide you. Or, think about God. I don't know. Do you believe in God? A lot of narcissists don't, or they see it a different way. Can I ask you that? Are you a spiritual person? You do. Okay. So, we can think, how is God going to look at that? Rely on God to guide you as opposed to using people and stomping all over them. Realize that, you just broke up with someone and, instead of just having a warm body by you that, hold off until you're ready to be with the right person. Build the future together. Don't use somebody just for the time being. You hope that I don't think that he is a way for me to achieve immortality. You got this, I hope. What do you believe? Do you believe in reincarnation? I'm talking about Dixie. I think that's going to be my new word. What, Lordy? Or Dixie? Ex Warrior says that's very true. I agree too. Thank you for the validation. Jerome is here. Big Swag joining back in, popping around. B Martin is here. So that's interesting that you said that. I hope that I don't think that, I'm assuming you mean God is a way for me to achieve immortality. Is a where you can live forever. Is that what you're saying? Or like? Not immortality, but immorality. What are we saying? LOL, Lordy, Mom, Lordy. So not immortality, but let's wait and see what it is. Anticipation. You narcissist. He said he's a narcissist. I didn't. Hi, Chad. Well, if I'm working towards some religious figure, then I can be perfect like them. Okay. So, and I appreciate your honesty. So Chris feels that he's a narcissist, right? But your therapist said possibly, is it schizoid? Was that what it was? And absolve all my past. Okay. Schizoid, yeah. So you're going to have a different perspective on things. How important is being perfect to you? How do you handle failures? None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. I know. I'm not perfect. I know it's hard to believe. Um, but you know, absolving all your past. Sometimes, the shame can hurt, and we're meant to have that hurt. We are meant to have that shame. That shame is going to hurt us so we don't do it again. Um, Debbie says nobody is perfect, only God is. Yes. And to be forgiven, to be forgiven. But Chris says, yes, when I'm doing better, I can be better with making mistakes, particularly at work. Ron says, don't become like the narcissist and use and discard. They commonly use people for financial stability and other reasons without fully investing. Why they can discard you so easily. They are afraid. And Chris, I really want you to take this to heart, is when you use people, lie to people, manipulate them, it causes brain damage. It causes brain damage and years, if not a lifetime of pain. People can die from a broken heart. So you're really messing with some serious stuff. And to do that to somebody who cared about you, so just be careful when you're thinking about, this will be easier. I can just be with someone, tell her I love her. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Or I can just sleep with her. I'll, promise to be faithful. And she's a bimbo for believing it. She didn't ask if I was going to be faithful, so I can do what I want. That we have to understand and respect people. So Mimi says, I'm tired of hurting. Are you talking physically? I know you're kind of cramping. Is that what you mean? But, so it causes brain damage, causes people to themselves sometimes too. And that's how serious it is. So that's where the empathy comes in. And sometimes you might not feel that empathy, but you have the intelligence to have cognitive empathy. So I hope you hear what I just said it can do to someone. Debbie says, anything you do, anything we all do, will answer to God for our wrongdoing. You can't even be close to perfect. Exactly. Ron says, yep, my ex did the exact same thing. I ended up with PTSD, CPTSD, and getting poisoned. So it can be extremely stressful, those actions, and also what it does to you to have such an abrupt discard, or the betrayal is devastating. And some people don't recover from it. So Chris says, yes, I have cognitive empathy. We have to use it. And sometimes it can be hard, because that's sometimes us having to put aside our needs, our wants. You might want to have sex tonight. Well, if I don't do that cognitive empathy, it can happen. Or, there's a lot of things. So just have that, you say you believe in God, just don't want to piss him off. God's pretty powerful. And evaluate what you do. And hi, Robert. I know sometimes too, though, like, it's like subtle things too, that it's not always like these big, huge things like, the cheating or the physical, like violent abuse. It could just be the way words are said, or condescending looks, or like micro traumas. So, each day we should get better. Each day we should learn a little something. And thank you for liking the live. Chris says, I have never done physical abuse. And there are narcissists, and you might not be a narcissist. You might, I'm not sure. But they don't all do physical abuse. So, but there's a lot of emotional abuse, or even just selfishness that can destroy someone. Jason joining. Did you leave me? Tallenhoff. Can I invite you as a guest? Would you like to be a guest? Chris says, yeah, true. So Ron says it lingers. It causes a kind of give you flashbacks when someone begins to act similar. Ooh, does it bother you when? Oh, what was? Oh, you keep getting knocked off. Stay focused. Listen to good feedback. And I told you, yes, I have my good feedback. That's what my assignment for my master's was on. Let me see, Mimi. That you're just tired. You're not cramping. You're just tired of hurting. Emotionally, is that what you mean, honey? So thank you for having me go back up. And Jason, is it your internet or mine? It's yours? It could be me. You're in the mountains. Ooh, a mountain man. Warrior says that was for others in the room. And I like it. Yep. I'm going to read it one more time. Where was it? Because it was good. Hold on. Now it's hard to find. Stay focused. Listen to good feedback. So here you'll see today's lesson. I even wrote it. Look at my messy writing. Hold on. Right there. This is the lesson. Can you see it? Let's see. Right here. Feedback. That's the lesson for today. See? Feedback. Feedback. So yes, you can learn from feedback. And that's why I told you, some of it is, that was today's lesson. Perfect timing for that comment. What does that say? Deleted account 7. Uh-oh. There's a story behind that. Ron says mental abuse without touching can be just as traumatic as physical. Exactly. Ron says it's like being beat up without touching the person. And I've been through some severe stuff, but it was the mental that really messed me up. It was the mental that messed me up more. Way more. Debbie says my narcissist knows he's won and should be proud of himself. And seems to be proud of himself. A lot of them do take pride in it. Or they either have to be the best of the best or the worst of the worst. So they can do either one. They're not going to just be in the middle. They have to be the best or the worst. Warrior says to understand, comprehensive. You are correct. And Warrior says, I am gifted. How are you gifted? What is it? There are some gifted people. He was all mental abuse. Yeah, and after so much time, you start having that reactive abuse too, and that's when it's toxic to both of you guys. So, it starts falling apart then because both of you get in that state of need, and it's not one person maintaining it. So for a long time, a lot of times it's the empathetic person that carries the relationship. But once that one, Chris says, have you left, Debbie? I'll let Debbie answer that. Warrior says, visionary, psychology, spiritual, intuitive. Interesting. Mimi says, I'm a go. I'm not important. Oh, you liar. Lying again. You're very important. Did I miss something? Mimi, you're very important to me, and you know that. I'll let Debbie answer, and then so dog, I want to make your brownie recipe this weekend. Debbie says, what was the question? Have you left your narcissist? Everyone is important. Yes. And it's sure. Yeah, and there's times that oh, my battery's gonna die. How did I leave him? Oh, have you left your narcissist? How did you leave him? With the no contact. That's what they mean, like no contact. Because we all have to love ourselves. That's true. Got to have that self love. Then we can love others. And that's really true. That's going to be the next topic, I think. But it is after midnight. She left him with no contact. So I see there's a lot of people in the chats. You guys are amazing. I hate cutting it off, but Wednesday I slept through my alarm, so I must get some sleep. So that's why there's a charger. It's charging right now, but it's eating up. It's a 3 thing. I have a 3-prong. So I got 2 plugged in and then this one. So it's just not charging. It's eating up better. The light's too bright. All right, guys. Plus, it's so late. I'm getting dizzy. Lots of love to you guys, and I will see you in the next live chat. He doesn't care about me anyway, so that's it. There you go. Time to move on. All right, and we'll talk more. Yes, I have professional development. The kids do not have school. I have to go. All right, Jason, thank you again for all the wonderful gifts. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And I don't know. Are you down for a subscriber only chat Sunday night? How do you feel about that? We'll talk more. All right. Thank you for everything, Melissa. Good to see you back again. And good night. You are welcome. See you tomorrow night. Good night, guys.